Well met, adventurers, and welcome back to Unteachable's journey and the start of Season 2, a challenge series where an egotistical Blood Elf Paladin takes on Azeroth with only his own knowledge and abilities. Now, World of Warcraft is built on teachers, class trainers, profession trainers, even other players. Now, this character refuses all of it. No class trainers, no professions, no grouping, just pure ego. This is Unteachable's journey. And Unteachable here is going to help answer one simple question. Can you beat World of Warcraft without learning anything? So, as you can see, Unteachable is now in Orgrimmar, which means he's in Kalimdor and ready to take on the next chapter of the journey. And as a reminder, he's now level 30 and ready to see what Kalimdor holds. Will Unteachable learn anything from this continent? I guess we'll just have to wait and see. However, before we get started today, I have a couple of quick things. First of all, a very special thank you to our channel members that are on screen here and the Toma TV supporters tier. Your support, as always, is greatly appreciated. Second, it's come to my attention that there is this new feature on YouTube called Hype. I'm not sure really what happens with it, but apparently it helps with the algorithm. So if you would be so kind and if you enjoy the content that I produce, please consider hyping the video so that YouTube may snag it in the algorithm and feed it to others who might be interested in the series. As always, just appreciate your support of being here and watching the video. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the start of Season 2 of Unteachable's journey. So we've arrived here in Orgrimmar, but we have some options as far as where we want to start our adventure here in Kalimdor. But I think I've got a zone that I want to go ahead and get started in. Nope, it's not the Barrens. It's one zone up north. Ashenvale. I've actually never quested here, so I'm looking forward to the experience. And if you guys know, this zone is deceptively large. But we've got our first quest here, and it's to escort Torek and his gang to attack Silverwing Outpost and take it for the Horde.
Victory for the Horde!
Alright, so we've arrived. Time to get busy. And when we loot here, we get this page, but that'll be useful for later. Nice, a health potion. That'll come in handy. Well, I gotta say, that went pretty smoothly. Looks like we just have one more outside, and then we should be done. Oh, well, we had no choice but to use our only health potion we just got. Now it's time to run. I didn't expect them to follow. Alright, let's heal up and get back into the fight. Well, that was an early close call for our first zone in Kalimdor, but Unteachable prevailed, somehow. So now, we need to go and report that the outpost was taken. So the page we picked up earlier is actually part of a collection, one of 12 missing pages, so we're gonna have to do our best to compile all the chapters together. This shouldn't take too long, right? So we made it a Splinter Tree post, which means we've got some quests to pick up and turn in.
Talk to me. Stay away from me. Loktar, go with her. Thrall, go forth to victory.
Flight path, of course.
Farewell.
Well, spit it out. Have a good one. Keep it real.
Greetings. Farewell.
Zug. For the Horde. Strength.
Alright, so we've got a lot of activities to do, but I think we'll start out with the Outrunners. What I didn't know is that we'd be looking for stealth individuals, but that's okay, we're still gonna get it done. I think a quick montage is in order for this one. Alright, on to our next objective. Next, we need logging rope from the furbolgs, but it's only a 10% drop rate, so I imagine this might take a while. Oh, never mind. Alright, now to head over to Mistral Lake to take out some water elementals. I'll spare you all the montage this time. Just know we did it. We do have one more task here. We need to take care of Tidris in order to get a drop. Not sure if Unteachable was just unlucky here or what, but it took him almost 10 minutes to find them. But that's okay. Here we go. Alright, nice. And got the drop to start the quest. Before turning in those quests though, we're going to start taking out some satyrs for their horns. And while slaying them, we do come across an upgrade on our bracers. Pretty good. But our bags are also full, so we're going to have to take a detour back to manage that. Might as well turn in the quest while we're here.
Speak. Nabu. Strength. Victory. For the Horde. Tralhal. Nabu. Farewell.
Alright, back to killing satyrs. What better place than somewhere called Satyrnar? Alright, just need one more satyr horn, and looks like we got the last drop for one of the chapters. Let's go ahead and put together those pages. Awesome, there's our last one. Now, it's time to head to Fellfire Hill. We've got some legion to take care of, including Fell Guards, Infernals, and one just so happened to drop a quest. And Lashers. I just noticed that was 6 of each of 3 mobs. Coincidence? Yeah, probably. Here's those horns you wanted.
If you ever need anything.
And that quest dinged us to 31. So we are presented with a choice here for a talent, but I think we just continue with our two-handed weapon specialization for now.
Strength. Go forth to victory.
Alright, and so this next quest that are turning in the diabolical plans is to go ahead and take out the dreadlords that are in the area. Sounds spicy.
Farewell.
Let's go ahead and do some bag maintenance while we're here. Up next, let's go see what this Freedom to Rule quest is all about. As we go along here to that quest, I'd like you all to pay attention to how green the environment and the atmosphere gets. It's something that I really do enjoy that Blizzard does in their zones. So yeah, I'd say that's looking pretty green. Anyways, we've got to head to our quest. And it looks like it should be located right here, in Thistle for a Hold. Alright, so what do we have here? Looks like an escort quest. Alright. I think we should be able to take that one. Well, if they hurried up, it might go a little bit smoother. But at least so far it's easy. Oh,
Surprise, motherfucker!
oh, I think I spoke too soon. Sorry, Bear, I must leave you. Oh, I think they died. Well, looks like there might be another group attempting to do it, so you all know the rules. Can't stick with them, so we'll just have to wait. So, might as well just try to kill some furbolgs in the meantime. And those pages, they do drop, but not always the one you need, so this takes up so much bag space. Unteachable cannot wait to be done with this quest. Alright, so after some patience, and definitely a trait that Unteachable doesn't struggle with, as you can tell, we finally get the chance to do the quest again. And this time, we're a little bit more prepared for that ambush. Will it be enough? Well, it was a good effort, but getting killed by Greys is always a humbling experience. So maybe Unteachable has learned something today. Who knows? Doubt it though. Well, during our corpse run, looks like somebody else has already started the quest. One thing we could do is just keep an eye on how it's going. We never know if maybe Unteachable will get a chance, if you catch my drift. Unfortunately for Unteachable, the Warlock was able to handle the ambush no problem. So I think it's time we pivot in a different direction for now. On the bright side though, when leaving the area, Unteachable got these boots to drop from the spider. And I think it's an upgrade. And well, I guess you feet freaks are getting your feet content once again. So both on Unteachable and Pathbound, at least for now. Alright, so time to make our way to the west coast of Ashenvale.
Strength and honor.
Hello, man. Later. Okie dokie.
Alright, great, and we've got some quests here.
Be seeing ya. Okie dokie.
How you doing, man?
Be seeing ya.
Be safe.
Well, some slight disappointment because after further investigation, these quests are pretty low for us. So for now, let's go ahead and take the flight path back to Splitter Tree Post. So before we close out this video, of course, we do need to visit our /played, which is currently sitting at 2 days and 21 minutes. So we've just eclipsed the 48-hour mark on Unteachable's journey. And of course, a quick look at our integrity check. We are still holding strong. And after some discussion, yeah, the other boots were better, so sorry, feet lovers. And so concludes another episode of Unteachable's journey. And I'll be honest, it's good to be back. Thank you for taking the time to watch this episode, and especially up to this point. And again, a very special thank you to our channel members. Again, just a quick reminder to use the hype button if you can or if you're interested, as well as liking and subscribing if you haven't already. It really helps out the channel, and I appreciate those that do. Until next time, adventurers, hold your head high.